campus at least, that's good. Is he monitoring us? Are you tracking them? Close to sending. It's part of the job description. Okay. So he can see where we are at all times. That would have been fucking helpful the last game. And the one before that as well. Oh dear. Are you tracking me? Are you sure you want to know? Not really. Detective Gursky taps on the screen a few more times before pocketing his phone. Alright, what's this all about? She says I broke into this lab. Officer, we have video evidence of his entry. Breaking in, huh? He frowns at me. Did he take anything? He did. He copied some research for a project we're working on. She glances at the mirror. It's important. We weren't stealing that. And when did this break-in take place? Last week, Monday, 10:52. We found out about it on Tuesday morning. Is that 10:52 at night? Yes, it is. In fact, it just says Monday night. Yeah. Well done, me. Well done. Gursky turns to me. Where were you at the time? At that time, I was on a bus heading towards Edgewater. I wasn't even in the city at that time. But I lied about my name when I got the ticket. There'd be no proof it was me on that bus. Well, I was... The door bursts open and a girl with platinum blonde hair and wide eyes pokes her head into the room. He was with me! Okay, what the balls are you doing here? What the... I have no idea. Someone commented the other part, something about Chance. I didn't read it because spoilers. So I have no idea what... What Chance? What could you possibly be doing? Oh my god. This is going to get weird very quickly. Very quickly. I am going to hasten to add that no spoilers in the comments. Any comments with spoilers will be removed. I'm sick of having people... Because, you know, I'm not the only one invested in this plot. There are other people as well. Right. Chance? In the doorway stands Chance Jackson, part-time barista and full-time aspiring singer. And one of the most hideous skirts of all time. I mean, what the fuck is that? This isn't flamenco, we're not in southern Spain. Dear Lord. We first met at a coffee shop last week. That's when I tripped over the dead body that got me tangled up with all this craziness. I didn't expect to see her again, and I certainly didn't expect her to lie to cover for me. Miss Jackson? Detective Gursky is just as surprised as I am. Officer, hello again. Chance gives Gursky a small wave. I was just coming by to drop off lunch for my boyfriend, and I heard they called her thief. True ending of the last game shows that she knows Liam, William Walton's son. This is all kinds of confusing. But you've got it all wrong, it's not him at all. She looks at me, and her eyes begin to well up with tears. Don't arrest poor Kangai! How the fuck does she know my name? I wasn't called Kangai in the first game. I was just nameless. Poor Kangai. He glances questioningly at me at the corner of his eye. I shrug. He was at the coffee shop with me last week. We're open late and he was there with the whole time. Is it true? I don't want to go along with this. This seems like a... This is just burrowing into some horrible sort of spiral of webs of lies. If I say yes, then I'm in cahoots with Chance. I know Chance knows Liam and Liam is bad. I will say no. No, I was somewhere else, but I can't prove it. Somewhere else? Yeah. You're not giving me much to work with, kid. Miss Jackson, are you certain he was with you last Monday night? Chance blinks, she looks surprised. Oh, no, sorry, I thought you said last Thursday. That's the terrible lie. You could have just said, oh, it might not have been you. I'm not sure how anyone could make that mistake. She looks at Detective Gursky with an apologetic smile and giggles. I guess I didn't really think things through before bursting in here like that. She's going to find me alone and be like, what the fuck do you think you're playing at, you bastard? Or something. Now there's a surprise. Jupiter's dry utterance is just loud enough for Chance to hear her, but the barista cheerfully ignores her. It can't be just loud enough. Either it is or it isn't. Get it right. I'm going to assume that there's a history here I don't know about. I'm going to assume I don't want to know about it. Well, I imagine Chance is stereotypically stupid, and there's someone who constantly works in the science who thinks that someone wants to steal the research. I can see why. Detective Gursky turns to Jupiter. I'd like to see the video you mentioned earlier. Of course, follow me. Gursky points at me. You come with us. I what? I'm not letting you out of my sight, kid. Now get up and let's go. He must be sick of the sight of me by now, don't you think? He must sit down at night and be like, oh, for fuck's sake, not him again. Alright, well, soon we're going to find the murderer. I think it was part 4 last time. Right. I scramble to my feet and follow him out of the door. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Chance slip away from the group. Looking for her boyfriend, I guess. Jupiter leads us up the hallway, around a few corners into a large room hidden in the back of the building. I kind of expected a huge jumble of beakers and test tube filled with mysterious boiling liquids, but everything's a lot more ordered than that. No one uses test tubes nowadays. That's not what all science has to be. Jesus Christ. A lone laptop sits on one of the counters. Jupiter strides up to it and types in a password. Literally, the only thing test tubes are used for nowadays is drinking shots in nightclubs. The only thing. Right here. David and I are the only ones with clearance to view the security footage, so none of the others have seen this. So Nathan earlier was accusing me when he hadn't even seen me. Bastard. The screen lights up with the video that I found hidden at Mr. Alton's place last week. There's not much to it, just someone who looks like me walking down the main hallway. At one point, he glances briefly at the camera and offers a small salute. Well, that's not very subtle. That's also not something I'd do. It's also not me. Then who is it? Your evil twin, an android? I don't know. Detective Gursky sighs and turns to Jupiter. Could you give us a moment? He grabs my arm and drags me into the corner of the room. Listen, kid, you're on really thin ice here. We all thought highly of you and your sister, but who's to say you haven't changed these last 3 years? It is 3 years. I'm going to be fair to him here. I mean, that's quite some window. You disappeared without a trace, and 2 people have died since your return. The worst part of it is, all these deaths tie back to your history. You don't think there's at least a little bit suspicious? But I didn't. Even if you didn't kill them, you're involved. Give me a good reason why I shouldn't just arrest you now. Because he's with us. Aki places a firm hand on his shoulder and looks him directly in the eye. And you know what that means? I'm well aware of what it means. Are you? He releases his grip on me. What are you doing here anyway? This is just one big mess. Nothing's gonna go right. Aki holds up her phone. You texted me in order to come right away. She doesn't even bother to hide the sarcasm in her voice. And when my handler says jump... I meant, why are you at the University of Edgewater? I wasn't informed that you were on an assignment, and where are the others? With their tour guide as they should be. We're here on official business, I called it in this morning. She folds her arms across her chest. Schultz gave us the green light. I don't know who that is. Schultz? Hang on, she's involved? Who's Schultz? I probably do know who that is, because the name does ring a bell. Is it the... Oh, it's the journalist, isn't it? Yeah, probably. Aki and Detective Gursky look at me, surprised. She's the one in charge of our little work program, didn't I tell you? No, you never mentioned she was part of this. Then how do you know her? She was in charge of a similar work program with me. Okay, so I don't know. Gotcha. Aki's eyes light up. Oh, Can, you bad boy. I didn't know it was like that. That's an ominous answer. It's not. We volunteered for it. Unlike you, I didn't have to get arrested before I decided to work for the police. Oh, wow. Ice cube for Aki, please. I think she needs something to cure herself from that burn. Aki shrugs. Our way was more fun. Doesn't even care. She's licking her lips like she's just eyed up a steak. Holy fuck. Yeah, that's one word for it. Detective Gursky rolls his eyes. Anyway, as delightful as this game of compare and contrast is, we do have more pressing matters. So maybe one of you two wants to fill me in. Aki coughs and shoots a meaningful glass over my shoulder. Jupiter is leaning against the wall staring at us. David and Nathan peer in through the doorway, trying hard not to look conspicuous. They look like idiots. There's only one way they can look. They're all staring at us. We're too far away for them to have heard our conversation, but they're definitely curious as to about what we're talking about. Outside then, the tone of his voice says there's no room for argument. He's a policeman. You've got to do what he says. Lead the way, officer. Detective Gursky gives me one last look before he and Aki exit the lab. Nathan and David scramble out of their way, stumbling into the lab like some sort of slapstick routine. Oh, one of them did harbour a light sword as an actual weapon. I mean, I doubt their handling is that careful. Once they untangle from each other, they quickly take up their posts on either side of Jupiter. Okay, so yeah, no response, great. The room falls silent and I struggle for something to say. Or do, or I don't know. And behind this door is our Cave of Wonders, the main lab. Aaron's voice echoes from the hallway, breaking through the silence. He swings the door open and sings a little fanfare. Da-da! Oh, Lee May and Naoki, I've never been so glad to see you. Oh, Aaron, you're here too. There's burning acid on the other side, which I'd like you to meet. With your face. Maybe eyes or hands. Something which prevents you from taking photos. Naoki and Lee May stand behind Aaron. They look relieved to see me. Oh, hey, finally found my group. Uh-oh, looks like something bad happened. His fingers hover instinctively over his camera, ready to capture whatever bad moment might occur. He's the one who stole our research last Monday. No, he's not. He's my new student. Jupiter points to a computer screen. Oh. Well, he doesn't look like he's liking me too much. He turns to me with a hurt expression on his face. Guy, did you really steal from us? You're shitting me. He's a science major. Him. Alright. With a bit of luck, he hopefully just means the university in general as a whole. One big happy family or whatever. No! I roll my eyes. I know what it looks like, but it's not me. Then how would you explain it? Naki raises his hand timidly. Who are you? Kizuki Suetani. I've already forgotten your name. My other host student. Aaron casts him a sideways glance. You're not a thief too, are you? Hey, the jury's still out on me, you know. That's hardly the point. What? If you have something to say, just speak up. Okay. Naki approaches the computer and points at the person on the screen. It's just that I noticed the hair is different. He doesn't have black on the ends. The guy in the video was solid, dirty blonde hair, unlike mine. I still have the remains of when I dyed my hair black last week. Yeah. Naki had pointed out the first time we watched it, but we assumed the video was taken before I dyed my hair. If this video was taken last week, that might actually count as evidence in my favour. Jupiter crosses her arms. And what if he dyed it after this video? But wouldn't he dye all of his hair in that case, or get it cut? I suppose, but it's still a flimsy alibi. Yeah, they're starting to see the cracks now. And that's currently all he's got going for him right now. Hey, it's better than nothing. I mean, it's enough of a difference to think that it might be someone else, right? We'll see after the police sort it out. Where'd that police dude go anyway? He fucked off because he was so infuriating about people dying around us, David. But, did I say that? I meant that, you also like Jupiter size. Don't you two have to be somewhere, like office hours in the library? Oh, right. Dios mío, that... Are we gonna have to... It's something, I can't remember who did it now. The person who wrote the Da Vinci Code, and there's another book he's got. And he starts writing in another language because it's set in Spain. So they start writing in Spanish, and there's a little translation in brackets underneath it. I speak fluent Spanish, don't have to read that. But it's just like, yes, well done, you speak two languages. Clap, clap. Now, this book is meant for people who speak fucking English, alright? Anyway, pet hate of mine. Dios mío. We're saying the Spanish accent. Dios mío! Do I have to remind you of everything? Oh, fucking hell, I sounded like a racist Mexican. Oh well, try not to keep your students waiting too long. The two of them scurry out of the room and slam the door shut behind them. The room falls into an uncomfortable silence, punctuated only by the sound of footsteps echoing in the hallway. Before their footsteps fade, the bell in the centre of campus begins to ring. And now they're late. Something wrong? I'm not sure. Naki frowns, he looks troubled. It's not the same. What's not the same? He turns away from Jupiter and whispers to me. The bell sounded different than it did this morning. I don't know, it's like 3 days since I last played this. I don't remember what it sounds like. I shrug. Sounds the same to me as probably nothing. Its expression tightens. If you care that much, check it out. He bobs his head back and forth as he's having trouble making a decision. What's wrong? I was just wondering if there was something special about the bell that just rang. Not particularly. We can go look at it if you want. Are you sure? Uh-huh, let's go. But what about Haru? Maybe you should wait for her. You go ahead, we'll let her know when you... where you are when she gets back. Naoki thinks about it for a moment before nodding. Isn't she around here too? Isn't she not allowed to be around here alone? This game's confusing. Okay, let's go. Aaron and Naoki leave and the room again settles into yet another uncomfortable silence. It seems to be the theme of the day. Now might be a good time to try and convince Jupiter I'm innocent. I'm really sorry about the confusion. If there's anything I can do, I just want you to know that I'm not the guy in the video. I'm really sorry about all the confusion. She's still saying... No, because she still thinks that I am, so saying that would be me assuming that she didn't, so I'm going to say this one. You know, the more you say it, the less trustworthy you sound. Yeah, I guess so. Let me be honest with you, I'm not above saying there's reasonable doubt. The video is blurry, your hair is different, maybe it's not you. But the way you're behaving doesn't instill much trust. You're still clearly hiding something. She's sharp. We'll have our secrets, don't we? Yes, but mine is simply an obsession with fantasy movies. Yours is... She looks troubled. I sense that you've been feeling guilty for a while. Alright, well there's the first hint that she's got a can say.